Hello neighbor, this is Curt with etrailer, and today we're taking a look at the Thule ReVert 4-bike rack on our 2024 Toyota 4Runner. Now if you've had any experience with the Thule ReVert, or if you have any questions about it, please leave those in the comments below. We'd love to share your experiences with our other neighbors in order to help them make the best decision possible. Now the Thule ReVert is a pretty unique bike rack in how it operates and what kind of bikes it can accommodate. You're going to have these wheel cradles up here, and if you can see, they're a little bit offset. And the reason for that is we want to have them hanging with the wheel at a tilt. That way, side by side, the handlebars can actually clear each other. It's also going to be attached by a strap at the wheel here and a strap at the wheel down here. And it's going to be able to accommodate bikes up to 55 pounds each. So 4 55-pound bikes. The entire weight of the carrier is 72 pounds. So if you're going to use it to its maximum capacity, you're going to be at about a 292-pound tongue weight. So it's a good idea to double check your hitch capacity and make sure that it probably has a capacity of at least 300 pounds or more. Now, this has a couple of other unique features to it. It also has a gas strut here to assist with the lift and tilt. And that's going to be really important because vertically, if you've got, again, maxed out to capacity, you're talking about 220 pounds worth of stuff up here above your head. So being able to have that lift assist to get it back into position if you do tilt it is a huge importance. So we're going to be able to tilt it back by first releasing this pin, which is located over here on this side. We're going to pull that right out. And once that's out, we can come up here and we'll depress this lever and we'll tilt it back. Now, because this gas strut is supported in lifting it, you do have to give it a little bit of a tug to get it to tilt back, but the more loaded the bike rack is, the easier it'll be to do that. Once we have it tilted all the way back, as you can see, the bike is still securely on there. We're just going to check and see what kind of clearance we get with our lift gate. And we get plenty of clearance here on the 4Runner with the lift gate. Now this is going to be important to get access to the back of your vehicle while the bike rack is loaded up. Change your shoes, clothes, get some more water, whatever it might be. This is going to help it be accommodating in getting in the back of your vehicle. Now that we're done with getting into our lift gate, we can go ahead and just depress this lever again. And it's going to bring it back up for us automatically. Once that's back up, we'll go ahead and replace our pin. The Thule ReVert does not use your traditional pin and clip as far as when you attach the bike rack to your hitch receiver. What it's going to have is this arm that'll come off, so you want to make sure that's disengaged when you're loading it in. And what will happen is this arm will go right into where your pinhole is here. And that's going to make it really easy to line up if you're putting this on by yourself. One of the most frustrating things with putting on a heavy hitch accessory can be lining up the pinhole properly. With this, it's pretty easy to see because you can take it, you'll see where it's at, and you can drop it right in as soon as you get in the right spot. Now, what is going to happen is, as far as this kind of locking in and making it anti-rattle, you're going to do that using this lever that's located right here. And it's lockable, so you do get a set of keys with it. And the way it's going to work when this turns is that it's going to clamp down on this arm, and it's also going to expand out here from the shank to completely fit inside of your receiver, taking up any extra slack and giving it a really good anti-rattle quality. Now, for a bike rack this heavy and loaded up, to be honest with you, when you do something like this without any kind of special anti-rattle hitch collar or special pin that you would get otherwise, this has almost no movement in it at all. So that's a really good sign that you're going to have a good sturdy load without a lot of vibration and extra noise as you're going down the road. Now let me show you how this lever works to tighten that and loosen it. And we'll start by taking our key and unlocking it. Once it's out from there, you could pull it all the way out to give it kind of a ratchet quality, and not because since you can't get a full rotation with it. But generally you're going to tighten it and loosen it using this. And that's going to come in really handy. It makes it really easy to not have to reach back here and make any kind of extra adjustments like you would a traditional bike rack. So in that sense, I think this is a really handy way to get something this heavy secured really well to your hitch. And then once you have it all set up and good, you can go ahead and just latch it back down. Now, being a 4-bike rack, this does create a bit of a footprint on your vehicle. So to know exactly how much it increased that footprint, let's take a few measurements and see what kind of clearance you have when you're parking or backing into those tighter spaces. So from the bumper coming out, if we're going to the edge of the seat here, and that could vary depending on bikes, on this particular bike, we're at about 50½ inches away. Our clearance, if the bike rack is unloaded, if we're coming to the very end of one of these wheel brackets, we're at about 32 inches. And as far as ground clearance goes, this has excellent ground clearance because it doesn't have any drop to the shank. It's going to be right at hitch height, which on the 4Runner here is going to be at 16¼ inches. And because it angles upward, I'm not worried about any steep inclines really interfering with this at all. So as far as ground clearance goes, and that should be especially concerning on something like a 4Runner, considering the places people like to take their 4Runner, you're not going to have any issues with ground clearance on this particular rack. One of the other things you might be wondering about other than clearance is what kind of visibility will you get out of your 4Runner with the Thule ReVert? Well, you are going to have some partial obstruction on your plate, on your rear view camera, and your back window. That's honestly to be expected out of just about any bike carrier that you get for the hitch. But one of the things about this is great is you've got completely unobstructed view of your tail light, turn signal, brake light here, and on the other side, even with the bike loaded. Those are going to be very visible for other drivers to be able to see you, so that it should make it very safe when you're driving down the highway. So there's a look at the Thule ReVert 4-bike rack on our 2024 Toyota 4Runner. Now, if you have an excursion where you need to take more than 4 bikes, you should know that there's also a 6-bike version of the ReVert that's available here on etrailer.com. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.